What's up guys, Billy here today, bringing you guys another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the DJI Osmo Mobile again. This video is going to kind of walk through some of the settings and kind of the interface that you're going to deal with when using the DJI Osmo Mobile. Watching these types of videos before I buy something definitely helps me make my decision. So I hope that by watching this video, it helps you make your decision as well if you're looking to get one of these. So looking at the buttons on the very front, we have two indicators here. This first one up here, if it's lit up blue, that's going to indicate that you're connected via Bluetooth. If it's yellow, I believe that there's no connection. Top right here, we have the power indicator, green if it's on, and then when it's charging, it'll go red to green as it is charging. Right here, we have the joystick, and this helps you move the camera around, as you guys can see. Right here, down here, this all black button, this is going to be the shutter button, so you'll click that to take a picture. And then this button up here in the top right is the record button for when you're taking a video. On the side over here we have the power button. You pull that down and hold it to turn it on, pull it down and hold it to turn it off as well. On the back here, right here we have a trigger. This has some different uses. One of the uses is, let's say your camera, as I can see, is pointing it down. You can double click that and it'll bring it straight back to the center, just so that maybe if you're looking one way and you quickly want to point straight ahead, you can just recalibrate it and put it right towards the center. Right above that is the charging port. It's a little bit different charging it through a 3.5mm headphone jack or just a 3.5mm jack. I definitely wish that they went with micro USB, but I guess you just got to deal with what they give you. Over here we have a tripod mount. There's different accessories that are sold on DJI's website, so if you go ahead and spin this off, it's a little bit tough. Have no fingernails. Anyway, if you spin that off, it's a little screw. Will help you mount it to the tripod. Now looking at the actual interface on the screen here, as you can see when we're looking at the main screen, in the top left corner you're going to be able to switch it between video and camera, taking just still pictures. So if we look at video, right here underneath you're going to get some selections. You have standard, slow motion, time lapse, and M time lapse. The M time lapse mode is, let's say if you want to take or start the time lapse over here and then finish it over here, it'll let you do that. So it kind of takes a movie of a motion time lapse, which is super cool. I love using that feature. It definitely makes some awesome videos. And then if you switch it over to camera, you're going to get some different selections. You have the single shot, the panoramic shot, and the long exposure shot. Also right here in the middle, as you can see, we have the HDR and then also some time pictures if you want to maybe wait 2 seconds before it takes a picture, if you're trying to take a group picture or whatnot. So you have a timer there. Flip it right here back to video. Up here in this top left corner, this little indicator is going to tell you whether or not you're connected to Bluetooth. And then down here, of course, is the record button. Right here beneath the record button is going to be the camera switch button, or switching it from the back camera to the front camera. Down here is going to be your library. Click here and it'll show all the videos that you've taken. Coming up here in the top right, we have the battery indicator, and then right next to the battery indicator we have the flash indicator, and then right next to the flash indicator we have the home button. Clicking the home button will take you right back to the DJI main screen. Going back to the camera, right here we have some of the camera settings. We have the video resolution, so you can change just whether you're shooting at 4K, 1080p, anything like that. This is an iPhone 6 that I'm shooting with the in the DJI Osmo Mobile, so there's not many video settings. Right here is the manual adjust. If you click that on, up in the top we get the options to change the ISO, the shutter, and the white balance. Going farther down with these camera settings, we have the actual white balance that you can choose here. Look through some of these settings. You can choose whether you want to do auto, cloudy, neon, sunny, all these that you have down here, and of course the custom white balance. Now going back right here we have the grid. I never usually use the grid. Actually the center point might be something good to use. I actually didn't even see the center point. I actually use that on my drone as well. Definitely helps keep your shots very aligned, but I never usually use the grid lines. To be honest, I just feel like they get in my way. And then also you have the flash right here in case you're in a dark area. Now underneath of the camera settings we have the gimbal settings. You have your scene mode right here, whether you have it on sport or walk. I'll show you guys the difference here. So if we have it on sport, right there, as you guys can see, it's very quick to keep up with my movements. So it's kind of like maybe if you're running, maybe if you're moving quickly, it's definitely going to keep up with your movements very quickly. And then if we go ahead and switch that to walk, it's going to take a little bit longer to keep up with my shots. It's a little bit more fluid for more if you're walking, getting something cinematic. But you know, that's just there for you if you'd like to change it. Now we're just gonna keep that on walk, I guess. And then also looking down here at pitch lock. Now if we have pitch lock off, what it will allow you to do is as you're moving down, the camera moves down itself. But if we go ahead and we turn on pitch lock, when we move down, it stays straight up. So this will be good if you're trying to focus on something. I usually use the keep the pitch lock on when I'm taking a video of maybe a certain scenery. I don't really want it to be looking down. It definitely keeps for nice, or it definitely lets you take some nice fluid shots. Moving down here now, we'll get into some of the settings. The camera settings, this is just kind of reiterating what they have right here with these camera settings, but you can kind of go more into detail. They of course have your video resolutions, your panorama quality, which I usually keep on high. I'm not sure why that was on low. And then also you can reset all of the camera settings right there. It'll go through, reset your camera settings. Now going down here to the gimbal, which is kind of like the meat and potatoes of all of the different settings. Right here we have the control mode. So if we put it on slow, you can see that it takes a little bit longer for me to catch up, or for the camera to catch up with my movements. And then if we go ahead, head back into the gimbal settings, put it on fast, for example, you can see that it's much quicker to keep up with my movements, kind of like the sport mode almost, except you can really fine tune it. So we'll hop back in here to the gimbal settings. Middle is just right in the middle. You know, usually middle is probably what I would usually use. Fast just kind of seems unnatural when you're trying to keep up with your shots. Alright, and then going back into the gimbal settings, we have the adjust gimbal roll. Pretty much if you have the drone, you're familiar with this. If you keep tapping this, it's going to kind of rotate it to the right, or vice versa. If you're going down, it's going to rotate it to the left. Maybe if your gimbal is off center and you want to fix it on the fly, you can do that by adjusting the gimbal roll. And then going back into the gimbal settings, if you want to do your calibration, you can click that. It probably takes a couple seconds to calibrate. Moves to the right and then moves to the left and looks all around just so that you can get it perfectly centered. Now moving down here, we have your joystick controls, so this little joystick down here. If you have it on horizontal or vertical, as you can see, it moves horizontal, it'll move vertical, but what it won't do is it won't move horizontal, or it won't move diagonal, so you can only move up or move down. So even if I hold it up in the top left corner here, it's not going to move diagonally, it's only going to move up or down. But we can change that. We can go down here, go into the gimbal, move back down, and if you set it on free, you can move in any direction that you want. So now I'm moving kind of up and right, kind of diagonally. This is all personal preference, whatever you're really looking to do. That's in there so that you can change it around. Moving also down here, we have the invert pan stick and invert tilt stick. I usually turn those off. I just like it to move just how I push the button, and I don't want it moving the opposite way. Just a little bit weird in my opinion if you'd want it inverted. I mean, I know that some people even play Call of Duty and whatnot inverted, which is very weird. But moving in here, we have the general settings, obviously just the version numbers. We have the battery setting, or the battery levels and whatnot. And then also down here, we have live if you would like to live stream it. So I hope this helped you guys out. I know that watching one of these videos definitely would have helped me out. But I did watch some on the regular Osmo. There wasn't many for the Osmo Mobile. And it definitely helped me decide to buy this. So hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely leave a like and definitely subscribe if you're new around here. I've been trying to upload daily. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.